All right, for this problem, what we have to do is set up and solve an inequality based on the information given in the word problem. And the word problem reads that Nate works for a real estate company. He needs to make at least $3,000 to pay his bills this month. He receives 3% of his total sales. We have to determine how much does Nate need to sell, represented by S, in order to make $3,000. All right, so the problem says that Nate receives 3% of his total sales, and total sales is represented by the variable S. So what we have to do is write an expression that represents 3% of S, and that would be written as 0.03. We write 3 in the hundreds place because 3 out of 100 is 3%, and we multiply that by the variable S. Now, this amount would have to exceed $3,000. So whatever amount that Nate sells that month, if we found 3% of that amount, he would have to have an amount that is greater than $3,000 or equal to $3,000. Now, because we have a multiplication inequality, all we have to do is the inverse to solve. So we're going to divide both sides by 0.03. So the answer is basically going to be 3,000 divided by 0.03. So we're going to divide 3,000 by 300ths. And when dividing by a decimal, you have to move that decimal all the way to the end. Now we just moved over to place values to move that decimal to the end, which made it 100 times bigger. So we have to keep this proportional by adding 2 zeros, making it 100 times bigger. Then we add a decimal at the end and move it straight up. Now, 3 goes into 3 once, and we can just add zeros at the top. So we can see that the amount of sales that Nate needs to make has to exceed or be equal to $100,000.